Are you looking for some quick and healthy meals that don't require a lot of prep? Well, stick around because today we're cooking using only the microwave.
I've been making oatmeal in the Instant Pot now for years. This might be a better method.
That's actually surprisingly packed with flavor.
It's delicious.
Can you make soup in less than 10 minutes? Maybe.
Change the nut butter, change the spices. Super simple.
Welcome to or welcome back to PV with Jay. Here on the channel, we focus on all things plant-based goodness, and today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to show you how to whip up a day full of plant-based eating using only a microwave. Whether it's time or resources or both that are tight, I know that mealtime can be particularly stressful for people, especially if you are running late for somewhere, coming home late from somewhere, a single parent, a student, someone single. The list goes on and on for why you might want a quick meal that you can make in a microwave in just a little bit amount of time. Just a little bit amount of time? Yeah, let's go with that. So I've designed some breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and even desserts that are quick, easy, and more importantly, healthy. Before we dive in though, I'd like to say hello to some of you who've said hello to us in the comments down below. Marianne from Michigan, Miss Sandy from New England, Drew from Oregon, Debbie in Auckland, New Zealand, Katinka from the Netherlands, Pam from Cape Cod, Darsha from Belleville, Canvas, Katarina from Freiburg, Switzerland, Bridget from Nebraska, Catherine Cat from the Jersey Shore, Christina from Washington State, Elaine from Boston, Massachusetts, and Sammy from St. Catharines, Ontario. If you'd like a shout out here on the channel, let me know in the comments down below who you are, where you're watching from, and let me know what you make for quick meals when you're in a bind, or times are tight, or tough, or whatever reason. And if you want to bump up on that shout out list, consider joining us over in the Mighty Network for that perk, along with many others, including seeing these videos early, a members only exclusive chat room. It's like PB with J 2.0, if you're into that sort of thing. And for those on a frugal budget, it's the same price as a crappy cup of coffee a month. Let's get cooking in the microwave. So this breakfast is something that might be obvious to a lot of people out there, but some people might think it's not possible to do in a microwave. And that is making oatmeal from straight up rolled oats, not instant oats, in the microwave. I forgot to mention in the introduction for this video that this was inspired by someone in our audience who has only a microwave to cook with. And so she and I emailed back and forth, and it made me want to make a video like this because I realized, she is in that situation. There's probably other people as well. So a special little shout out to Joyce in the Netherlands. Hi, Joyce. So for this, we're gonna combine a half a cup of rolled oats with some flaxseed, like a tablespoon, some cinnamon if you want to put some cinnamon in there. Mix that up nicely. And then we're gonna slice a banana on top and add a cup of non-dairy milk. You can use whatever kind you want. If you wanna cut that with water, that's fine too. And then we're gonna microwave that on high in our microwave for 2 to 3 minutes. I went with 3 here. And then cover it with something to let the steam stay in. And after it's done cooking that way, let it sit for at least 2 minutes and just kind of do its own thing. Leave it in the microwave. And then while that's happening, you can get some other fruit ready. If you want to get some nuts in there, I'll probably add some walnuts to mine. And then once it's all mixed together, I'll probably throw some hemp seeds on top. If you want a little drizzle of maple syrup, that's totally fine, you do you. But this is a nice, simple breakfast if you have a sweet tooth like I do in the morning. And the beautiful thing about this is you can swap out the fresh fruit with basically anything you have on hand. Frozen fruit works really, really well too if that's what you got. Same as the nuts. And if you want to add some dried fruit to this, go for it. I've been making oatmeal in the Instant Pot now for years. This might be a better method. It's quicker. I don't have to clean the Instant Pot after. Why have I been doing it in the Instant Pot all these years? This is like my new way to make oatmeal. It's so creamy too. It's like a nice thick oatmeal. So if you like your oatmeal thinner, you can maybe put a little less liquid in. But the real trick is just to let it sit for a few minutes after it initially cooks to let it keep on cooking. Let the oats absorb all of the liquid inside of there. Let me know below what you like to put in your oatmeal for fruit and toppings. Inspire some other people down here in the comments. So for breakfast this morning, I'm going to make what I used to make a lot when I was a teenager with eggs. I used to make what I would call like an egg McMuffin because McDonald's. But it's really just like an egg sandwich. But you can make them in the microwave and you can make them plant-based too. They're really, really easy. All you need is a little ramekin. It's ideal if it's like the shape or a breakfast sandwich kind of shape, you know? Put in there a 1/4 cup of chickpea flour, tablespoon of nutritional yeast. If you have Cal and Namac, the black salt gives a little eggy flavor. You can throw that in there too. A little bit of salt and pepper, mix that all around. And then you're just going to mix in a 1/4 cup of water or vegetable broth. And if you have some aquafaba, throw a little bit of that in there too, just like a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons is all you really need. Mix it all together so none of the flour is stuck to the bottom. And then all you're gonna do is just cover it up just a little bit. If you have a little bit of air showing, that's great. And just microwave it for 30 seconds. And then check it, give it a little stir, shape it if you need to, another 30 seconds. And then it's probably done, but if you need to, put it in for another 30 seconds. And then serve it however you want to. I'm putting mine on an English muffin with some avocado. If you have fresh sliced tomato, that's really nice. I'm just using ketchup here, and some greens are great too. But you can put whatever you want on this thing. It's yours. Want a little hot sauce? Throw it on. Mayonnaise? Plant-based mayonnaise? Go for it. And what's really, really cool is if you want, you could make a whole bunch of this batter earlier on in the week. Just keep it in your fridge and then just pour it into these things in the morning, and then it's even faster. Num num. Look how big it is. It's a beast. A breakfast sandwich in the microwave. I've got another recipe here that you could do for breakfast or for lunch. I mean, you could really do it for dinner too if you want to. And the microwave use is actually really, really minimal. It's a chickpea PB with J wrap. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm using canned chickpeas here, but if you're able to cook your own chickpeas, they're just gonna be creamier and smoother. These will break up, but this is my public service announcement to you. Cook your own chickpeas. They just taste better. When you drain out your chickpeas, you're gonna hold on to that aquafaba, the liquid inside the can, right? Put it in a jar. You can use it for a dozen other things. If you watch this channel, you know we use it a lot. I'll link in the description down below to our aquafaba masterclass video. This is super simple. So really all the microwave is doing is I'm warming up some frozen berries. I got like a cup in there. And then everything is gonna come together inside of a bowl. And this is enough for 2 wraps. If you try to stuff it in all into one, like I did initially when I was doing this, you're gonna find that it's too much. So it's just really a cup of frozen berries. You're gonna thaw those out and drain out the little extra liquid that leaches out of those. If you have fresh berries, you can skip the microwave altogether on this one. You're gonna take a 1/2 cup of chickpeas and you're gonna mash them down as best you can. If they're canned, it's gonna be a little bit tougher to do. You're gonna take a really small banana or like 1/2 of a medium banana and mash that in, along with a tablespoon of whatever nut butter you got that you like, a tablespoon of flaxseed, some cinnamon powder, and you're gonna mash that all together until it's a nice little mixture. And then you're gonna add in the berries and continue to mix that around. Next, you're gonna slice up some fruit. I've got an apple here. You can use pear, you can use peaches, whatever you want. Layer on that mixture from your bowl, and then put apples on top, and then just fold it up like a burrito. The apple gives it a nice little texture. This is the kind of thing you can literally make in 5 minutes. And it's delicious, and you can customize it every time based on what kind of fruit you have. Change the nut butter, change the spices. Super simple. Can you make soup in less than 10 minutes? Maybe. So this was my attempt at trying to make a soup in the microwave using just ingredients we had on hand. So what we've got going in here are just a lot of staples, and you can swap a lot of this stuff out, particularly the spices. I've got canned lentils going in here, but you could probably use any kind of legume or bean you wanted to. If you don't like tomatoes, you could leave that out, although that's gonna contribute to the flavor, I should say. And then you can keep seasoning it as you want. I'd have to factor out the price of this compared to just buying a can of soup, honestly. But this feels like it's gonna be maybe a little bit healthier because you can control the sodium level and just basically what's in it. Wow, That's actually surprisingly packed with flavor for something that I made in less than 10 minutes. Like, it's not gonna have the depth and the nuances of soups that you cook on the stove and you let marinate for a while. But for a really quick, in a pinch alternative that you can make in literally 10 minutes or less, this is pretty good. I'll take it for those that are stuck with the microwave for whatever reason. This will be perfect with some crackers. Look, I know we've been talking about quick, easy, and healthy microwave meals, but what about a quick, easy, and healthy drink to go along with it? If you're anything like me, you're probably looking for something to replace that extra cup of coffee you have every day. Well, I've got a new favorite. It's Pique's Sungoddess Matcha. Honestly, this stuff has been a bit of a game changer for me. It has just enough caffeine in it to keep me from getting all jittery the way that extra cup of coffee might have done. And the catechins in it actually help me to kickstart my metabolism to keep me from getting those late morning or mid-afternoon cravings. Ooh. But here's what's really special. Pique's matcha trees are shaded longer to boost the antioxidants. So not only do you get extra energy, but it's good for your skin. And it helps to protect against those pesky free radicals. And get this, it's quadruple toxin screened, so that means no pesticides, heavy metals, or toxic mold. None of that stuff you don't want to drink. And it has this smooth and creamy taste that I really, really enjoy. And there's none of the bitterness that I've gotten from other matcha drinks that I've had in the past. And that's likely because I'm not screwing up the ratios, thanks to it being in these pre-measured packs. So, super easy to travel with. Take it to work, on a vacation. And I like it hot, but you could easily just add this to a cup of cold water, use the frother to mix it up, and you're good to go. And speaking of that frother, if you use my link in the description down below, you get that, you get a cup, and you get 15% off using our unique discount code. So if you're curious, give it a shot and let us know what you think. Back to the microwave. So for a lunch or dinner meal, I'm gonna show you how to make a chili mac in the microwave. It's really, really simple. Just take your macaroni of choice. I'm using a gluten-free macaroni here. Even though Woolie's not having this, I could, whatever, but I'm using that. So I'm gonna put a cup of that into a microwavable dish with 2 cups of water. I'm gonna microwave it for like 45 minutes, stirring halfway through, just until the pasta is cooked, and then just kind of let it sit for a minute or two in the microwave while you get everything else ready. So get some frozen corn, chop up half of a pepper, half a cup of chili beans, black or kidney, whichever ones you got, half a cup of crushed tomatoes, about a quarter cup of frozen corn, quarter cup of bell peppers chopped, and then the spices I'm using are chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, and nutritional yeast. These are the increments that I'm using here on the screen, but you can use whatever ones you want. And then put that back in and microwave for another 2 to 3 minutes until it's nicely warmed through. Top it with a little bit more nutritional yeast if you want, and some olives. I wanted to add a little bit of salsa to this, so I just put about a half a cup in there just at the end, just because it felt like it just needed a little bit more. You can put tomato sauce in here too if you really, really wanted to. And then you've got a really quick chili mac. Oh wow, that's really good. And this is probably actually enough for 2 servings if I'm being honest. And you could swap with the vegetables in here. You can use tomato sauce. You can make a pesto and put that in here instead. It's like a 1-pot meal, really, plus like a strainer and stuff. But really, really easy, quick, delicious lunch or dinner. Another quick lunch or dinner you can make in the microwave is a sweet potato bowl. Just grab a sweet potato at least the size of your fist or bigger. Wash it off if you need to. Stab it a couple times. Throw it in the microwave. If you have something to cover it with, like I've got this splatter dome, these things are amazing. They come in different sizes and colors, and especially if you're cooking primarily from a microwave, these are great because it's gonna keep your microwave clean. I'm gonna cook this. This is a pretty big sweet potato, so I'm gonna cook it for like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna flip it over and cook it for another 3 minutes. And then when it comes out, you're gonna notice it's super steamy. We're gonna slice it in half and just start mashing it down. And now we're just gonna load it up. I'm gonna mix some salsa in there to flavor the whole thing and stir it around. On top of that, we're gonna sprinkle some nutritional yeast, I've got some avocado here, so I'm just gonna slice it in half. I'm gonna use the skin to cut it up inside of it and then put it right on top. As you can see, I kind of lost the avocado ladder here with a giant pit. And then we're gonna load it up with a couple other things that I have kicking around. We had some cucumber, some cherry tomatoes, and then some olives. And I made this, I don't know, probably in less than 10 minutes. I wasn't really keeping track. But I'll tell you, these days when I'm walking the dogs, 2 dogs, and throwing the ball, I do not have time to have a long lunch and make a long lunch. And this is something I made from scratch. I kept this really simple. I didn't even add any extra spices, which you easily could. You can put some cumin in there. If you want to add some hot sauce to this, I might throw some sriracha on top of this. Sweet potatoes have so much flavor on their own. A little bit of avocado gives a nice fattiness to it. It's delicious. So for our first dessert in the microwave, you might have seen us make mug cakes in the microwave before, but this is going to be a peanut butter chocolate brownie. And it's a lot of the same formulas. What we're going to do is we're going to mash up a banana, and then peanut butter, maple syrup. We're going to add cocoa powder, whole wheat flour. You could use oat flour if you want, if you are gluten-free.
I would like to use oat flour, please.
Willie's going to have gluten-free oat flour in hers.
Yes, I am.
And then a little bit of plant milk as needed just to loosen it up. And you're gonna microwave that for 2 minutes. Then you're gonna leave it for like another minute or 2 just to do its thing. And then that's it. Mug brownies, they're delicious. Ooh, there's like chunks of peanut butter in here. That's kind of fun though. You could probably add chocolate chips to this or some nuts to this. It'd be really, really nice. Walnut. It's really good. I don't even know if it needs more chocolate chips though. There's so much cocoa in there from the cocoa powder. If you wanted to go a little extra chocolatey, you could add some chocolate chips. It's got like a decadent flavor without being overly sweet. Like you could add more maple syrup or date syrup, like Willie suggested, but I don't know, this is kind of perfect for me. And it's so simple. You can make this in like 5 minutes. In a microwave with a PB&J mug. Or if you have another mug, that's fine. Or you can get one of these in various sizes and inner colors. This is pink. In our merch store. And for our final dessert, let's make something that's honestly healthy enough to be a breakfast too. Apple crumble in a cup or a bowl. So in a bowl, we're gonna mix together the almond flour, a little bit of yogurt. If you don't have plant-based yogurt, milk's fine. A little bit of applesauce is fine too. Maple syrup for sweetener, date paste would work great. Some cinnamon. We're gonna mix that all together. Then we're gonna add in some rolled oats. Then we're gonna core and slice in apple. Put it in a bowl, sprinkle it with some cinnamon, and then we're gonna put this on top. And if you wanna, add some pecans or any other nut of your choice and a little bit of dried fruit. And we're gonna microwave it for 2 to 3 minutes, depending on your microwave. And if you have a little plant-based ice cream, or if you wanna make some nice cream to go with this, it would not be sad to have it with it. Give it a second to cool down. I can see the apple gets really soft inside the microwave. Almost turns into like an applesauce. It's just super, super delicious. And you can add more spices to this if you wanted to add some cloves or nutmeg. Really, really tasty. And like I said, and you could leave the sugar out. It doesn't really, really need it. I just put it in to make it more of a dessert. This is equally good for a breakfast. And if you wanted to, instead of putting oats on top, you could add granola. So many different options for something like this. Thanks for joining us for these microwave dishes. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button to let YouTube know to share this with other people. And if you're interested in getting that 15% off using my Pique discount, it's in the link in the description down below. And if you have any microwave hacks or recipes or things that we didn't try, let us know in the comments down below. Maybe we'll do part 2 to this. Maybe we'll try some of your things. Who knows? And while we're considering that, stick around because YouTube thinks that this video is the one for you. That you should be grabbing your cup of matcha and sipping away at and just spending a little bit more time here with the PB with J family. So creamy.